Learning to do without is a pretty tough lesson for a 4-year-old to learn, but Lewin is a pretty tough kid, so he learned it. Learned to live without legs from the knees down. Learned to handle life without fingers on his right hand. The one thing he refused to live without was an education.
His mother brought him last year at the beginning of the year saying his brothers go to school, he wants to go to school, that he cries because he can't.
Welcome to the world of a special needs kid in Guatemala. These days the government is saying every school is open to every child, so many give it a try.
And the child is bullied, and there's no protection, and so they don't get an education.
Living in the village of Santa Maria de Jesus is tough. Living in this impoverished town without an education is next to impossible. That's why in the year 2000, Judy Kerschner opened a school for Mayan children with special needs. Welcome to New Life School, a gift of God for His children.
It's for children that can't gain an education anywhere else.
It was for children from this village like Mauricio. He learned to do without a left forearm. He first attended New Life School 16 years ago, back when it was 8 students meeting with 1 teacher in 1 classroom. Now it's more than 100 students meeting in several classrooms, one of which is led by a very determined, committed, disciplined young man.
He did graduate from university in November of 2017. The goal for his life, that he said, was to become a teacher and work at New Life.
And here he stands today fulfilling his life's goal. Here he stands as a testimony to children like Lewin of what can be accomplished with dedication and hard work. And he's not alone. Blanqui, also a New Life graduate born without the use of her legs, is the school's main secretary. Fellow graduates Frank and Byron, born without sight, are teaching Braille to the school's blind population. Learning to do without runs through the veins of this school, but first and foremost, the thing these children are taught, despite their physical and learning disabilities, despite the abuse hurled at them outside these walls, they do not need to learn to live without God's love.
Give them a foundation in Christ, a relationship, put an education on top of that, and then that will make them successful.
Being successful in Guatemala isn't easy, especially for those who have learned to live without. And now the children and staff of New Life School will have to learn to live without Judy. God is calling her back to the States. She'll still be the executive director, but it still hurts to leave the love of these children. So she too is learning to live without.
You know, God gives us every day and puts into it everything we need to learn for tomorrow.
And Judy is well aware there will be needs for tomorrow. Feeding and teaching 100 special needs kids every day is extremely expensive, but it's worth it. Worth it to see the joy for children like Lewin, who are being taught every day at this place to live with the love of Jesus. After prayer, funding is the biggest need, which begs to ask the question of all of us. What are we willing to live without?